Hello, friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to the 8 Limbs of Yoga study. My name is Michelle Fondin, and I'm the author of the brand new book, The 8 Limbs of Yoga for Modern Times, a practical guide to the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. You can find all of my 12 published books on Amazon. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for subscribing below. Click on the bell, scroll up to all for all notifications. And thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. I teach meditation online on demand. You'll get your personalized mantra from me. You can start that course on demand at the link below. Today we are on the third Niyama, Tapas, austerity or discipline. To start, I'm going to read the Yoga Sutra pertaining to Tapas. Impurities are destroyed by austerity, discipline, and the body and senses become refined. Yoga Sutra, chapter 2, verse 43. Tapas, discipline. Sometimes when we think about the word discipline, we cringe in fear. We think about school, we think about rules and regulations, people telling us what to do, the principal, teachers, parents, the government, your boss, whomever. And we shrink away from this concept of discipline. We think like, that's too constricting. I don't like it. And in fact, in the modern world, many people shy away from discipline. And in fact, I feel like we are in a time period where people are probably the least disciplined that they've ever been in modern times. And it's because we have so many modern conveniences, right? We don't even have to do anything or leave the house and have all these conveniences at our door brought to us. And we really don't have to do much. However, yogis are disciplined. The whole practice of yoga is about a disciplined life. It's about getting up early, doing your yoga poses, asanas, doing your pranayama breathing techniques. It's about your meditation practice, which is a disciplined practice. In order to reap the benefits of meditation, you need a disciplined meditation practice. The most successful people on the planet are disciplined. Now, we don't even have to talk about monetary success. We can talk about success in health. Think about Olympic athletes. We can think about success in school. Think about those that achieve something like a doctorate degree. I don't know if I'd have the discipline to do that. That seems like a lot of schooling, or even the discipline to go through medical school and those years and years and years of study. So the most successful people know how to stay the course, and they understand that slow and steady wins the race. They understand that it's by taking steps day by day by day by day that you can achieve the goals that you would like to achieve. In his book, Atomic Habits, author James Clear talks about even starting with 2 minutes a day of something you want to be disciplined at is a great start, and you can add a minute each day. So for example, if you want to practice yoga daily, but you're not currently going to a yoga studio, you can start by putting out your mat, sitting down on the mat. That's 2 minutes. Maybe it's only 1 minute. And then the next day you do 1 yoga pose on your yoga mat. That's 3 minutes, and so on and so forth. You can build a disciplinary practice by adding on each day by a very little bit, but it's about doing it each and every day. Now, the word tapas in Sanskrit really translates to fire. And fire burns and transforms. Think about a forest. When there's a forest fire, yes, trees burn down, but that forest is regenerated through that fire. And in fact, those in nature preservation and forestation understand that fires are necessary for the transformation of a forest. And sometimes they will burn parts of a forest in order to have that regeneration. And so fire transforms, and disciplinary practices then transform you. Like I said, in today's modern world, a lot of people shy away from this concept of discipline, austerity, because it reminds us of being controlled by somebody else. But the tapas, the discipline, the austerity that the Yoga Sutras is speaking about is a self-directed discipline. This is something that you decide to do because you would like a certain result. For example, if you are on a weight loss program and you would like to lose weight and also maintain that weight, there are plenty of hacks. There are plenty of shortcuts, especially in today's world. A lot of people want to take shortcuts. They don't like to put in the work. However, for sustained success in something like weight loss, it's necessary to put in the work. You gotta put in the work. Or if you would like to build a business, every business owner understands that it is daily action and daily planning that is required in order to make that business successful. You can't really miss a few days. That's not the way it works. It's better to do a little bit every day than to save it all up and do a bunch on the 5th day. So it's through sustained practice, through sustained discipline, that we get to see results. And the yogi understands this. If you've ever spent any amount of time in an ashram, a yoga center, yoga retreat center, you understand this principle. When I spent time at the Chopra Center, when I was training with Drs. Deepak Chopra and Dr. David Simon to become a yoga teacher, meditation teacher, and Ayurvedic practitioner, every single day was the same. It was awakening at 6 a.m., which is kind of late by ashram's terms. It wasn't an ashram, of course. But awakening at 6 a.m., going to yoga class at 7, going to meditation after that, and only after that would you go to breakfast. And oftentimes it was breakfast in silence. And throughout the day, there were disciplined activities that would follow, including evening yoga, evening meditation, in order to anchor those practices into our mindset so that when we returned home, we would continue to have the yoga mindset. The same thing happened when I stayed a week at Kripalu. Now, I wasn't there for any specific program. I was there for a rest and relaxation program. I took a week at Kripalu in Massachusetts to be able to finish my book, The Empowered Divine Feminine. And during that stay, there were a lot of disciplinary practices. There was morning meditation, morning yoga, yoga at noon, yoga at night, evening meditations, as well as meals in silence, and really good meals too. So they had vegetarian meals, meals that followed a vegan option, and meals that followed an Ayurvedic option. And the meals were at specific times every single day. And so the yogi understands that it's through this discipline that the fire, tapas, can burn through the impurities. And the impurities are laziness, complacency, and even burning through the impurities of the body. In the first niyama, which is shaukya, purity, I spoke about purifying the body. And the practices continue to build one upon the other. If you haven't yet seen the video on shaukya, purity, I'm going to put that link right here so you can view it after this video. But we are creatures of habit. No matter what, humans are creatures of habit. Even if you wouldn't consider yourself to be a disciplined person, we are still creatures of habit, for the better or for the worse. You know this to be true if you take your coffee at the same time every day, you go to bed at the same time every night, or you have that afternoon snack at 4 o'clock when you start to get that slump. We are creatures of habit, like I said, for the better or for the worse. For the yogi, for the yoga practitioner, however, it's about building those positive practices that will help to discipline the mind to be prepared for meditation, which in the end is the end goal of the 8 limbs of yoga, is to prepare you adequately so you can sit silently in meditation and be able to experience absorption with the divine. So I would suggest for you, if you are in the study of the 8 limbs of yoga, if you are studying to become a yoga teacher, or you are a yoga teacher, or you're just someone who likes to get on the mat and do yoga, that discipline is a wonderful way to feel better, and better about yourself. And don't you know this? When you have a good disciplinary practice, you feel happy on the inside. You might not like to think about doing it. And then once you keep doing it, it becomes automatic. But certainly after you are done with that great disciplinary practice, you feel so good. I'm going to give you an example. Every single day, I wake up between 5:30 and 5:40. Now that it's summertime, sometimes I'm waking up at 5 a.m. But I always have the same routine every single morning. I get up, I get my mocha. Yes, I drink a mocha, chocolate mocha. I do a little bit of work, but then I start my day with meditation and then I go to the gym every single day, or I do my meditation and then I go running. And I'll tell you that I have done this now, this disciplinary practice in that specific order for many years. And the reason I do that in that specific order is because if nothing else gets done in my day, I know I've started my day out right. I've done my meditation and I've exercised. So I feel really good about myself starting my day. Everybody knows that if you wait until the evening, if you're like, yeah, I'll get to meditation later, I'll get to the gym later, sometimes it never happens unless you've integrated it into your routine. So Tapas is designed to help you anchor your practices, anchor your yoga practice, anchor your pranayama practice, anchor your meditation practice, anchor your healthy eating habits, so that every day is a fantastic day, so that you can quiet the fluctuations of the mind, so you don't have the level of stress and anxiety that the rest of the population has, because you are very unique in your approach to life as a yoga practitioner. So I hope this was helpful. Please subscribe to my channel below so that you can get all the videos on the 8 limbs of yoga, the Yoga Sutras, spiritual wisdom, and moving forward on your spiritual path. Thank you for liking and sharing with those who might appreciate the 8 limbs of yoga study. Thank you for supporting my YouTube channel. You can buy one of my 12 published books. You can join my meditation course online on demand, and I will see you in the next video.